Hey guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out Ashley Seaman. And Ashley's sending me this story, and it's coming out of our first favorite state, Ratchet, Florida. So what's going on now in Florida, you ask? What's going on is that this young mother has found herself in handcuffs for trying to discipline her child. So what went down is that we had 30-year-old Melanie Alexander, and she's a mother to a junior high student. I believe her daughter's in the 7th or 8th grade. And basically her daughter has gotten all F's on her report cards. She's been acting fast, acting like she has a boyfriend, doing the most on Facebook. So her mother decided to shame her by not only beating her ass, but forcing her to wear a t-shirt where the mother wrote these words on the t-shirt. I'm going to go ahead and read you guys what the t-shirt said, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the news commentary, and then I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary. How you doing? Alright, so this is what the t-shirt reads. The t-shirt says, "Hi, my name is Eminem voice. I currently have all F's in all of my classes, and I'm not allowed to have a boyfriend no time soon." The mother spells aloud, A-L-O-U-D. Obviously, the mother can't spell either, but I digress. So the letter goes on to say, "I am not allowed to have a boyfriend no time soon, so back out before I get another good whooping like I got last night. Also, I can no longer have any friends until all my F's are brought up to C's and up. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. So unless you are helping me with this goal, back off. Triple exclamation. My eating french fries and being a social butterfly is over because I know why my parents sent me to school. I now know the importance of education. I will learn. I will listen to my teachers. Be respectful at all times. I will do these things because I am failing to do so due to my social life. Want to be my friend? Smiley face. Help me by not." That letter was hard to kind of, read and digest. But go ahead and check out the news clip, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
A Hernando County student was sent to school with what you call a shirt, a shaming shirt for this girl's failing grades. The child's guardian hand wrote the words. However, it wasn't the shirt, but what was underneath that shirt that landed the guardian in jail. Candace McCowan joining us now live in Brooksville with a story at West Hernando Middle School. Candace.
Good evening, Keith. It was here at West Hernando Middle School that girl was asked to change her shirt after school officials saw it. But it was what was underneath, welts left by a belt, that sent investigators searching for the person responsible. White t-shirt, black marker. It's a shame shirt, investigators tell us, was written by Melanie Alexander. The instructions to everyone: back off.
If a person tries to help her or does something that this person doesn't like, that she's going to get another, in the words of the person who wrote this, a whooping, like the one I got last night. Investigators
say the child had the shirt on when they arrived at West Hernando Middle Friday. The shirt claiming the student has failing grades in all of her classes. But when the child was asked to change shirts, a school resource officer noticed more.
She was hit with a belt. All over her body, basically from the neck to the legs, and it did leave pretty substantial marks.
Investigators saying Alexander admitted to striking the child, landing her behind bars. And Alexander is out of jail on bond, although she's under strict instructions to stay away from the victim and away from the address where this happened. I also spoke with DCF. They're investigating right now. They're asking questions, but they say even though there was physical abuse, that they have not put that child into protective custody at this time.
All right, so you guys just watched the news clip, and I really feel bad for this mom because this mom is young. She's 30 years old. So me and a lot of my friends, we are really, really young parents. You know what I'm saying? We had our kids as teenagers, and we're trying to parent them the best way we know how, and it's a lot harder to parent in this day and age with social media and the internet and everything else. So parents are trying to find creative ways to discipline these kids without it being considered abuse. Now, I do feel like Melanie was kind of being an attention whore. It's one thing to beat her ass, in the privacy of your own home. I'm glad she did that, as opposed to beating her and then posting on World Star Hip Hop. But then it's another thing to write it on a t-shirt and then make her go to school and publicly shame her. I think that that's where Melanie, took it too far. And another thing, we're into second semester, so this girl didn't just start failing. She's been having issues all year long. A lot of these kids are either not motivated, they're not doing what they're supposed to do, they're so, engrossed with Facebook and Instagram and everything else. as opposed to their schoolwork. So it is very hard being a parent nowadays. It is not an easy job, and so I understand her frustration. I understand any parent's frustration. Some of these kids are just so big and bad and they think that they're grown. And yes, I agree that some of these kids need their asses whooped, but you do not need your ass whooped on camera, and it's not nothing that needs to be shared with the rest of the world. That's what bothers me when I see parents trying to be attention whores and looking for validation. The girl needs to sit her ass down somewhere, basically realize that her mother loves her and her mother wants the best for her, but the mother went about it the wrong way. Of course, with the school has to report that, especially if they're seeing bruises on her. Of course the school's going to report. Of course they're going to call the police, and now the mother's looking at these charges based on everything that went down. Whereas if the mother would have just disciplined her and then stayed on top of her, she would not be in jail now. I think the best thing, the best way to discipline teenagers that I found, because you can whip their ass, but once them kids get to be a certain age, like my son is already 5'7". Me and my son are the same exact height. He's bigger than me, size-wise. Another year he's gonna tower over me. So it's I can't be running, up and down the steps, chasing around the house with shoes and belts and shit. Don't nobody got time for that. The best thing to do for teenagers is to take everything away from their asses. Take away that damn Xbox. Like I told y'all before, I don't went to work with controllers, damn USB cables, everything in my car. Take everything from them, strip them of their room, take their TV. You ain't even gotta take the whole TV, just take out the plug. Take the plug, disconnect the cable, take their cell phones. That's how you get teenagers. You gotta, the shit that they think is important, being on the damn gram and being on Facebook and being social, take that damn cell phone from them, take away that DS, take everything from their ass, because at the end of the day, you paid for it, you pay the bills in that house. That's how you get to a teenager. Interrupt their social life altogether. You're not acting accordingly, you're not acting right, all your privileges get stripped. I'm not about to sit there and explain myself, go back and forth. Take they shit away. Don't put t-shirts on them, and don't be fucking protesting in front of your house how much you quit being a parent. You still got to be a parent, but you just got to find other ways of parenting. And like I said, it's not easy. That's why I like my comment section, because we always come up with good ideas, and we're able to bounce ideas off of each other, because a lot of people who watch me are also parents, and they were also young parents. So it's good that we have a place to come and kind of just talk about stuff, because parents are literally at their wits end, because you're trying to be a parent, but then you're still young yourself and you're trying to figure things out. And the way that we were disciplined, we just got our asses whooped. There wasn't no talking back, there wasn't no but I gotta explain. You got your ass handed to you. That's how we were raised, but you can't beat kids like that nowadays. You can't beat kids with extension cords and curling irons and all that shit that we talked about on Blog Talk Radio. So you have to find creative means. And like I always say, it's not so much about physically beating them, because an ass whooping lasts a few seconds to a minute, whatever. It's about really talking to them and explaining to them, why you want the best for them, why education is important. You just have to keep drilling it to them, even if it seems like it's just going in one ear and out the other. You just got to keep sounding like a broken record until they finally get it. Being a parent, I will be the first to say, is a thankless job. These kids put you through a lot, But at the end of the day, you're a parent. That's what you sign up for, and you still have to do what you have to do. And it's also good to have other family members involved. If you are a single parent and you feel like it's just so much, get your brothers involved, get male role models, because little girls and little boys both need father figures. If their fathers are not in their life, get them around strong men, positive men, who can leave a positive impact on their lives. Get them around other people, get them involved in sports, get them involved in activities. Don't just leave them at the house to their own whim, doing what they want on the internet. Actually get them involved in things. So I really feel bad for this mother. I understand what she was trying to go with it. Even the words that she wrote when she was saying, I need to be more respectful to my teachers and, to my parents. The mother was at her wit's end, but, cool message, wrong way to send the message. It's never okay to publicly shame your children, and if you're gonna beat them, you don't put it on the t-shirt and put yourself on blast. So she gets an A for effort, but she gets a big ass F because that was an epic fail all the way around. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy story that's once again coming from our first favorite state, Ratchet ass Florida. I swear nothing in Florida ceases to amaze me. Leave a comment, Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. What do you think this mother should do, to get her daughter back on track? This girl is failing in all her classes. She's getting all F's. What can the mother do to get her back on track? Let's leave some comments, let's leave some positive advice, and let's give this woman some options besides beating her and publicly shaming her at school. So go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces.